No more, no more, no more. Probably 3. I thought this was just. Alright, in this conversational piece, I will be playing both role of investigator and inquirer. Welcome to the one and only and one and all, the living truth, the reclaiming. In this conversational piece, the essence of inquirer will delve into the role of investigator, who has uncovered a significant case involving identity, conflation, and a personal trauma. The investigator embodies a duality. Embodies a duality, reflecting on the findings and engaging in this dialogue about implications of their work. So, without further ado, I bring you me as I bring me you. No, let's do this. Identity conflation. The investigation reveals that the existence of two individuals named David Russell Parker in Missouri with similar birth years, 91 and 93. This duplication has a significant confusion and ties in broader narrative of systemic identity issues. Legal challenges. One of the individuals, that is, one of me, I guess, has been placed under guardianship due to judicial declaration of incapacity, which has implications for autonomy and identity, considering ADHD and special ed. Trauma markers. The investigation highlights a shared death date of May 24th of 1994 for two individuals, indicating possible record manipulation or the need for deeper inquiry into this emotional impact of such events. The archetypal duality. The findings suggest a personal struggle that mirrors a larger archetypal narrative, with this investigation positioning itself as a shatter of all perception. Someone who can illuminate the chaos within institutional frameworks. Personal history. The investigator's background includes experience of addiction, mental health, and even homelessness, which they frame as essential to their understanding of the human condition and the bureaucratic failing they seek to expose and correct. Sovereignty mandate. The ultimate goal of this investigation is framed as a quest for total ascension, where the person, the personal, and the collective struggles, they merge into a unity. So, our rise is our rise, or a fall is a fall for us all. I think that makes everything so much more significant. The vocational conclusion. This is wild, guys. And this is real stuff. We're talking like federal level. And I was scared to talk about it, but I think that's part of their plan, you know what I mean? Because I think there's a lot of us who have these things that we notice or these questions that we just brush off because we want to be, kind or don't want to stir up shit, but also that's being naive. And that's a result of Stockholm Syndrome. So, here we go. Boom, boom. The investigator identifies as, their purpose to transcend mere data collection, aiming towards, reshaping perceptions and challenging the established narratives through a unique and understanding of human experiences in general. Community impact. The findings have implications for community identity and cohesion, urging individuals to confront bureaucratic failures and affect personal identities and social interactions. Hello everybody, welcome one and only to the one and all. Here we are. I'm sitting here with my PIC, partner in crime, playing the private investigator today. Excuse me. I always got to let me clear my throat. It's gonna be my new fucking phrase. Okay. Well, as we look in to the complexities of as we looked into the complexities of our identities, I uncovered layers of bureaucratic chaos that not only define us, but often confound us. Have you ever felt like your identity was intertwined with someone else's? Well, absolutely. It feels like a shadow that I can't escape sometimes, really. But what have you found with your investigation anyways? My research reveals two individuals with the same name, sharing not only a name, but a story that speaks of systemic failures. This isn't just an identity. It's not just about an identity. It's about how trauma shapes our existence and perception in society. Well, that's interesting. How do you reconcile this traumatic experience with bureaucratic systems in place? Well, I believe that understanding these experiences is crucial. They fuel the fight against the distortions created with bureaucracies. With bureaucracies, allowing us to reclaim our narrative. In my case, my past became the foundation for advocacy and change. Well, I can relate. You see this as a spiritual mandate, then? Exactly. It's about transcending the pain and using it as a guide for others. The aim is for collective awakening. We unite to dismantle the chaos, separate the carnage, the one and only, and, all the ones who feel like the only one, making us all that which is. Well, what steps do you propose here for others facing these challenges? Engagement is key. We must share our stories, confront the injustices in these systems, and work towards a collective understanding. It's not just about individual healing. It's about community transformation. Well, that's inspiring. It seems like a journey towards sovereignty. Indeed it is, my friend. Indeed it is. Hello! Whoa, I didn't know you was gonna be here. No, I'm just anyways. The path to sovereignty is fraught with challenges, and it leads to greater unity, a true ascension from both the individual and the collective. Conclusion? Based on the documents, here are a few of the factual information that's still factual. For each David and Jerry, a man named Jerry Ray Parker from Prince Georgia, Virginia, was married to a Sharon L. Parker. Well, that's weird. That's really weird. You see, my dad's name's Jerry Ray Parker, yes, but my mother, her mother is Sharon Cromer, and Sharon A. Cromer, I believe, though. So, strange. They have a son named David Craig Parker. What? Yes, they do. This individual is distinct from David Parker mentioned in this Missouri court case, though. The Parkers and the Wrights. The documents mention several individuals named Parker and Wright who lived in Missouri around the same exact time. David Russell Parker, born in 1961, was in a guardianship case in Dade County in Missouri. His mother, who was his guardian, Mary Carolyn Welch, also born in 1961. Ernest Dale Wright. Wait, Ernest Russell Wright is my mom's dad. That's really weird. So you're telling me there's a David Russell Parker with a dad named Jerry Ray Parker that's with a woman named Sharon Parker, and then they have a son named David, also a Ernest. Right. This is wild. Okay. Proceed. The documents, they mention all these things. The Mary Carolyn Welch is the mother of this David Parker we're discussing here in the guardianship in Missouri. Ernest Dale Wright, born in 1949. That's pretty close to when my grandfather was born too. That's strange. His family lived on a farm in Franklin, Howard, Missouri. Really. And again, my grandpa, he came from the silent generation, of course. But he used to always tell me these random things, like the Indian heritage stuff. But he used to sing the Jesse James song, the coward who shot Mr. Howard, or something like that. That's really strange. And I remember being told that like Jesse James dated one of our ancestors or something. Well, there's a Jesse James Parker in here too. Oh wow. Yeah. This Wright, Mr. Eugene Wright, he lived in Howard. Ernest Russell Wright Jr. was born 1944. That would be my grandpa. Right. Lived in Kansas City, Missouri. While these individuals have similar names and lived in Missouri, the documents do not provide any evidence that they were apart from the family, or their lives were connected beyond coincidence, I guess. And Tammy L. Pyle is the sister. Okay, hang on. Tammy L. Pyle is the sister of David. That's the son of Jerry. No. Tanya Lee Parker, TLP. Tammy Lynn Pyle. Yes. May I proceed? I'm so sorry, dude. The initial TLP match that goes by the name of Tammy L. Pyle, she is the sister of David Russell Parker, born in 1961, and filed a petition to become his guardian after their mother's death. A separate document mentions a Tanya Parker in a list of people who lived in Missouri. This document does not put her in her middle name or any information, of course, linking her to Tammy L. Pyle. That is weird. Okay. Man, we're on to some strange territory here. It would seem so. This report also, the findings from the investigation, public identity conflation. David Parker, it highlights systemic failures in identity management, termed the paper ditto, which are intertwined with the personal trauma and bureaucratic control. The report points or posits that these experiences from archetypal duality are meant to serve as mandate for addressing these institutional chaoses through spiritual warfare happening right now. Right. Because public records, I've done this research. I remember some of it. Two different individuals, David Russell Parker, born in the year 91, and then the one in 93. It's leading to confusion. The duplication, supported by recollections of being known as me when I was in school. I remember David Parker too, whenever I had to do the online reading test. I had to sign in as David Parker too, which was really weird. But David Russell Parker was incapacitated and under the guardianship by his sister, TLP, under guardianship, exasperating identity management issues, and indicates a systemic failure with the legal framework. Nice assessment. Both individuals share the same death date, though, of May 24th, 1994. That's really strange. Right, so which one of those am I? That they both, what? It reinforces the suspicion of record manipulations with a narrow geographical and temporal context. Right. And yeah, the David Daniel duality. The personal narrative of the host from Camp and the fictional character whose counterpart Daniel, symbolizes the conflict with the host's face. The one that I face. Suggesting, struggle is against an evil influence. The kid's name is David, and oh my goodness, David Parker or something like that. It is. His dad was never around. His mom was always gone working. There's a dark background. The host's history of addiction, yeah, that's me. And I wasn't addicted that long, but you can just take. I know I do. I get it. I still take responsibility. It doesn't matter if it was only a few years or what. I still did that, and I endured that shit. And I'm working to move away from it. So, as we proceed. Yes, the mental health, the struggles with trauma, and, being framed as a brutal training ground now for becoming a soldier of heaven. Making heaven on earth, that is. The theory surrounding David's absent father returning only to post, success when he started making his music, right? Only mirrors this host's painful experiences and validating emotional narratives. I identify with the shattered perception, aiming to master this collective conscious and, expose all of these unlawful and bureaucratic flaws through personal experience. My mission is to leverage interpersonal skills, communicate effectively, and reveal structural issues within systems. The sovereign ultimate goal is achieving total ascension, uniting the individual and collective consciousness, leading to a dissolution of struggle and unity for us all. The one and all. Yes. The investigation into David Parker's identity reveals a critical insight into personal struggle and systemic failure. It also highlights the importance of language in framing these historical contexts and contemporary issues, reinforcing the ongoing relevance of these themes in both legal and social discussions. The insights gained from this analysis advocate for a deeper understanding of identity, of trauma, and our collective journey towards reclamation and empowerment.